Hi guys, first of all I apologise for this horrible lighting in this. I'm going to get my tripod tomorrow during the daytime, it should be much easier. My name is Blue-Eyed Ghost Trick, I'm new to YouTube and I'm going to be making Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I'm going to be making duel videos, I'm going to be making videos about my friends' decks, about my decks, and if you have any decks that you want to see made, if I don't have one, I will be happy to search for one of my friends that does and we can put a profile up for you guys, okay? So, like, comment, subscribe, please, it would really help me out a lot, okay? I've loved this game for years and I respect anyone who plays it. So I'm going to get started. This deck profile is just a basic ×3 of every card in the deck, just for fun, just to get these beginners started, or even if an expert wants to have fun, they can have a lot of fun with this deck. I've faced quite a few high tier decks and actually come out on top at one point. Anyway, I'm going to start instead of rambling. Okay, so I'm going to start with 3 Sabresauruses. That's an unusual choice, I'm going to admit, but it isn't when you couple it with Rescue Rabbit. Now, obviously, we know that Rescue Rabbit is at 1. We're not allowed to use it at any more than one of them, but it is enough to get 2 of your Sabresauruses out. That's what its effect is. When you tribute it, you're allowed to bring out 2 Sabresauruses from your deck. They can be used to make a rank 4, or if you have a specific Evilzor monster that only uses dinosaurs, you can make that instead. Evilzor Dolko is very good in this meta as well. Now, this deck is high on special summons, and Goblinberg and Tin Goldfish proves that. Both of them have the ability that when they're normal summoned, you get to special summon another level 4, or well, level 4s from your hand, basically. Goblinberg is special summon a level 4 lower monster from your hand, and Tin Goldfish is just to summon a level 4 from your hand. And Goblinberg's extra effect is that when it uses its own effect, it gets switched into defense mode. Now you can use that in a tuner deck if you want a synchro summon and you have a card in your hand that you need for the synchro card, you can just summon it. Or if you want to overlay for a rank 4. And it's specifically in this deck, and I'll show you in a second, for one specific card. So let me take these away. Oh, sorry. 3 specific cards, actually. Kage to Kage. Now, this card is the opposite of Goblinberg and Tin Goldfish. It gets special summoned to the field when you normal summon. So you can, in essence, do a chain. You can put a Goblinberg on the field, which special summons a Sabresaurus and switches this to defense mode. And then this card changes from your hand and immediately special summons to the field. So that's now 3 level 4s. You can decide if you want from there, if you have another 4 on the field already, to go into 2 rank 4 XYZs, or if you want, you can just go into one big XYZ that was rank 4 that needs 3 level 4s to do it. It's up to you, it's your choice. But obviously they'll be more powerful if you went into one with 3s, but it depends on whether you can keep them on the field or not. Now this is the reason that the special summons are in here. 3 green gadgets, 3 red gadgets, and 2, nah, I'm just kidding, 3 yellow gadgets. All 3 of them have the effect that when they are normal summoned or special summoned, you can immediately add to your hand from your deck one of the other gadgets, and they're in a circle. So green gadget brings red gadget to your hand, red gadget brings yellow gadget to your hand, and yellow gadget brings green gadget back to your hand as well from the deck. So you can obviously, like I said, you can go into, if you wanted, this is just like a first turn play, and you can go into an easy XYZ this way. Oops. Goblinberg to special summon that, which brings this to your hand, increases your hand advantage, and then special summon that as well. And then if you have something like double summon in the deck, you can bring this back out to the field and then do some overlays. Let me know what you guys think of this as well. That's it for the monster portion of the deck, I believe. I'm going to get straight into the spell and traps. Every card in this deck is a ×3 apart from Rescue Rabbit and 1 spell card, and I'm going to show you what it is. Most people don't use this card. I think that in this deck it's perfect. Swords Revealing Light. It is irritating. Even though people use a lot of Mystical Space Typhoons now, trust me, that's a very good card to have on the field if you need to stall, especially with this kind of deck. 3 Thistles. Now, I personally think, in my opinion, this card is underrated. It can destroy 1 face-up monster on your opponent's control with the lowest attack. 9 times out of 10, it is going to be their biggest beater. They normally only have 1 monster on the field if you're playing an aggressive game, that is. So that's definitely a good card to have. And 3 Mystical Space Typhoons for those pesky field spells or any other cards you want off the field. Then I use Rank Up Numeron's Force. And this card is basically a rank up of a unique nature. It gets to bring one number C monster with the same type as the monster you already control, but just one rank higher, so it's obviously built for the specific purpose of ranking up a card in the evolution chain. And I'm going to show you what it's used for as well. Also, if you use it, the monsters that are face up on the field also have their effects negated if you use this, so you can sleep safe knowing that your card will come out. And then you've got 3 Dark Bribes, just to get rid of any pesky cards that you don't want out. 3 Mirror Magic Cylinder. I laugh every time someone attacks me with this thing. They do not expect Magic Cylinder to be in the deck, and they should. Especially if someone think like a 3,000 attack point Blue Eyes comes at you, they're going to feel it. Trap Stun, just if you know they've got something face down. If you're facing a Blue Eyes deck, then they're going to have Call of the Haunted, so don't let them bring it back. Simply just not stop them before they have a chance, okay? That's it for the Magic, Trap and Monster portion of the deck. I'm now going to go into the XYZ deck. You can let me know what you think of it as well. I've got some different choices in here depending on my playstyle. I'm going to show you a few combos after. I'm just going to go through them again because anyone that's playing this deck for the first time is going to want to know how to do it. Okay, so I've used 1 Steel Swarm Roach. Whenever a player summons a level 5 or higher monster that would be special summoned, you can detach 1 XYZ from this and negate that summon. This is ideal for taking on those pesky Dragon Rulers or even the Blue Eyes decks and Light Swarms. If that Judgment Dragon hits the field, get rid of it because you know that it's going to be dangerous. Diamond Dire Wolf. This card can target itself, which is mainly what it's actually for because I don't run any other beast type monsters in this deck. So what you do is you target itself and you get rid of a monster that you want, or any other card on the field, and you just destroy it and itself. I know it's a bit pointless to have it in there, but I'm just testing at the moment. 2, number 82 Heartland Dracos. This card is a beast. I did not read it properly when I first got it. I thought that it could attack directly only once. I didn't realize that obviously you could do it twice because it has 2 material. And if I've got 2 and my opponent can't stop me from attacking, that is, if they want to waste a magical trap card to stop you, that's great. It's a plus for you because they're just getting rid of their resources, stopping a 2,000 point card. You could basically kill them with 4 attacks in a row if they don't stop you. It's going to put the pressure on them, it really is. Photon Papillioperative, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but never mind. This card is just obviously good to splash in any deck. You get to target 1 defense position monster on the field, change it to face up attack, and then it loses 600 attack. 9 times out of 10, this will always go off and it will always kill your opponent and harm them severely. Right, 2 Gear Giant X's. Now this card is obviously for Gear decks, but it works really well with gadgets, because obviously once you detach, you can add 1 level 4 or lower machine card from your deck to your hand. And that just means your consistency stays up. That's definitely a good thing in this deck. You don't want to lose consistency. 1 Evilsaur Dolka for the Sabersaurus, as I was telling you about. It negates the effect of any monster on that plays its effect, even if it's from the hand, like Effect Veiler. So do not underestimate this card. King of Feral Imps. I use that to get out all of my Kage to Kages that are still inside my deck. This just helps you special summon more. Your opponent will never be able to see when you're going to finish special summoning if you play this deck correctly. And I do have 2 Utopia 39, or 39 Utopias. I'm sorry that this card's name is scratched off. I just got it like that, and I just kind of wanted to keep it. It looks kind of cool. And they negate attacks whenever they want. And obviously you can just go straight into number C39 using that. And obviously that card's effect activates only when you've got 1,000 life points or less, and you can make your opponent's card lose 1,000 attack and you gain 500 attack. But you have to have 1,000 life points or less to activate it. Now the reason why that rank up is in there is for 2 choices. You have a choice between number 69 going into number C69 Heraldry Crest of Horror, or 104 into number C104 Umbral Horror Masquerade. This card can negate the effect of any effect monster on the field and half your opponent's life points and discard a card from their hand. This is a horrible card. I feel sorry every time I use it. This card destroys every monster on the field as soon as your opponent declares an attack, even if it doesn't go through. If they declare it, all their monsters are gone, and most of yours as well, apart from itself. And if you have this card underneath it, when you do decide to XYZ, you get to also take an opponent's card effect and use it for yourself. Now, you have 2 choices between them. I normally go into 104 instead of 69, but that's just my preference, so it is entirely up to everyone else. Now, the basic combo that I showed you was summoning Goblinberg, and then special summoning Green Gadget, and then obviously that also in turn, if you have it in your hand, allowing you to go into Kage to Kage. And then you can obviously go into that, because that's going to be in defense mode, so it's definitely good to get rid of that because it's got 0 defense. Alright, and you can special summon this in defense mode if you want, so you don't need to worry about it dying. It still gets this effect, you can still pull Red Gadget to your hand. From there, you can overlay into something like, let's see, King of the Feral Imps, and then activate its effect, send one XYZ material to the graveyard, and you can in turn search for another Kage to Kage to add to your hand. You've got your hand set up for next turn. Summon, drop, instant overlay again into something else. So there's plenty of XYZ options that you can use. Also, with this deck, I'm warning everyone now, I am going to be putting pendulum cards in this. This deck is going to wreak havoc on anyone when it gets pendulum monsters. As long as the pendulum scale is set on either side, from 1 to 8, which is the standard Stargazer and Space Gazer, Time Gazer and Space Gazer, my apologies. You can special summon any number of cards from your hand, and because of the consistency of this deck with bringing gadgets to your hand, you always have something to summon, meaning more XYZ plays. And I'm also going to be adding Machine of Fortresses, which are level 7s, and they can be special summoned too, and they've got some pretty nasty effects. When they are destroyed by battle, destroy 1 card on the field. When they are destroyed by a card effect, but target 1 card your opponent has in their hand and discard it. So if you end up happening to get rid of one of their effect failures, that's great. Right, I'm done with my deck profile now. I am going to be doing deck profiles in the future, and it will be of higher tiers. It will be of any other decks that you guys ask for, okay? So please like, subscribe, comment. I would really appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing from you guys again, alright? All I'm going to say for now is this is Blue Eyed Ghost Tricks out. Bye.